everyone, it's Renee with Me, You and the Chickens. I am in the middle of packing up some orders, but I got some questions about Project Bunny and I wanted to go over them with you, cover that. So you guys may have heard me talking about Project Bunny here and there, so I'd like to do a little bit of explaining to address all the questions I've gotten over the past few months. So grab some coffee and come sit with me for a while. One of the questions was, what is Project Bunny? Project Bunny is a rescue project I've set up right now. It's just a small operation for local people to provide a safe place to bring your bunny when you can't keep it for whatever reason. How long have you been doing Project Bunny? Honestly, I was doing Project Bunny before I even knew I was doing Project Bunny. And I say that because we have had quite a few people ask us if they could bring their bunny here because they couldn't keep it. And of course we said yes. So we were taking in unwanted bunnies before Project Bunny started. But officially, I would say I probably started around maybe September, October, somewhere around there. One of the other questions was, are you a rescue? No. And I don't like to use the word rescue, which is why it's called Project Bunny and not Bunny Rescue. Because we're not a licensed rescue, and I really don't want to be at this point in time. However, in the future, it is open for consideration. Like I mentioned above, right now it's just a small operation for local people. Are you going to become a licensed rescue? Eventually, yes, I would like to become a licensed rescue. One of the other questions, and some of the questions are somewhat similar, but I'm just going to cover them all. Why haven't you already become a rescue if you're taking in rescues? Okay, so why have I not chosen to be a rescue if I'm taking in unwanted bunnies? Okay, so at this point in time, I don't really feel that I'm properly set up the way I want to be an actual rescue. If I become a licensed rescue right now, I really feel like I'd be setting myself up for failure. When you become a rescue and you put yourself out there, then there is the potential to have way too many animals, depending on what you're rescuing, turned over. And I don't want to be put in the position where I can't accept them. I see a lot of individuals in the Facebook groups quite often talking about how overwhelmed they are, how overcrowded their facilities are, or wherever they're holding these animals. And they're begging for donations and help or volunteers. I honestly don't want that burden right now, and I'm not ready to take that step yet. So right now, keeping it small. One of the other questions was, do you have requirements on age or sex of the bunnies? We do not have any requirements on ages, sex, breed, or reason for needing to get rid of the bunny. We only ask that if you have any feed or supplies that you'll no longer be using, to please bring it with the bunny, because it really does help with feeding, housing the bunnies that need a place to go. Another question, what if my bunny's pregnant? If your bunny is or might be pregnant, just tell me. She can borrow one of my nesting boxes so she can have her baby safely. But if you don't tell me, then she'll have them on the cage floor and they will most likely die, which really isn't fair to the bunny. You wouldn't want your mama bunny to be in the cage with her dead babies, would you? I mean, I know that sounds gross, but that's what would happen. Just, keeping it real, that's what would happen. I promise you, I'm not going to turn you away just because your bunny is or might be pregnant. But please just be honest and let me know so I can get her set up. Another question, what if my bunny has babies that aren't old enough to leave mom? I've actually had a few people with this situation. If your bunny has babies that are not old enough to leave mom, there's a few instances that I've run into. Either they don't want the babies, but they want mom, or they want a baby, but they don't want mom and the other babies. Or sometimes they just want them all gone. And in these instances, you could do one of three things. You can turn over mom and the babies, and when they are ready to go, you can come back to get mom or one of the babies that you wanted, whichever. Or you can keep mom and the babies until they're 8 weeks old and then turn over whichever ones you don't wish to keep. Or you can turn them all over and we'll keep the babies with mom until they're old enough to be rehomed. Now, this is important. Kids need to stay with mom for 8 weeks. There's no exception to this rule. They need to. So please take this into consideration before trying to rehome any of them. There is no time restrictions on this. If I told you that your bunny can come here, then the offer stands. So don't worry that if you wait, you won't be able to bring the bunnies to me. Do the right thing and keep mom with the babies for 8 weeks. There are options that I leave open to you so that you could do that. It's the right thing to do. Just do it. Whether they're here or there, wherever, just keep them together. Let them have that 8 weeks. They need it. Another question was, do you use these bunnies for food or sell them for food? God, no. Absolutely not. We do not use them for food, and we do not knowingly allow anyone to adopt them for food either. Project Bunny rabbits are rehomed as pets only, even if they came in here as a meat rabbit. They're not leaving as a meat rabbit. It's just not what I do. Do you use Project Bunnies as breeders? No. The reason I don't use Project Bunnies as breeders is because 99% of the time, I don't know what breed they are. I don't know how old they are. I don't know how they might handle having kids or what kind of life they've lived. Sometimes I don't even know, like, what kind of cage. Sometimes they're dropped off here. I don't always go get them. I mean, a lot of times they're just dropped off here, so I don't even know what their caging was like or where they were. Everything we have here on our farm is a specific breed. We don't mix breed anything, and that goes for chickens, ducks, goats, geese, turkeys, as well as our bunnies. If I were to use Project Bunny rabbits as breeders, I would have to sell as mixed breeds, and that's just not what I do. In the rare occasion that there might come a bunny that I absolutely knew the breed and was comfortable with the bunny's background, I would ask the person turning over the bunny if they would mind if I kept it and put it with my bunnies. And this next question is kind of similar to the last question. Do you add the bunnies that are turned over with your bunnies? Nope. I do not house Project Bunnies with my rabbits for a few reasons. Bunnies can carry disease and or parasites just like any other animal can, and I don't want to spread anything that may come from Project Bunny to my bunnies. I want to help unwanted bunnies, but not at the expense of my own bunny's health. Project Bunny rabbits are not intended to be breeders, and my bunnies are pets as well as breeders, so I prefer to keep the two groups separate from each other. And as I mentioned above, most of the time I don't know what breed the bunny is, and I don't breed mixed bunnies, so I wouldn't be adding them to my bunnies. And also, as I mentioned above, most of the time I don't know the age or the background of the bunnies, so I don't really feel comfortable adding any Project Bunnies rabbits to my personal stock. And the next question was, if you don't put Project Bunny rabbits with your bunnies, then where do they go? Okay. We have a small area set up outside, separate from my bunnies, for Project Bunny rabbits, and they're able to stay here until we can find a good home for them. Next question. My bunny has always been an indoor bunny. Will my bunny be put outside? Sometimes bunnies come in that were strictly indoor bunnies, and it depends on the time of year and weather as to where I would be putting those bunnies. If the weather is extremely hot or cold, then the bunny would be kept inside in a climate it's used to. But if the weather is like spring and, where the bunny would have a proper amount of time to adjust to the temperatures changing, then we would house the bunny outside. And next question, do you get money for selling the bunnies? I wish I could become a millionaire off of this. Usually we charge $10 to $15 rehoming fee, and honestly, with the cost of feed, hay, and supplies, that doesn't cover it. But we do need to charge something in attempt to ward off the people who just go around collecting free animals. Some people have said I shouldn't charge anything to rehome the bunnies, while others have said I don't charge enough. And I really have not found the perfect place to be on that yet. So if you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments. Like, it's only been a few months since I've been doing this, so it's new. Next question, do you take donations? Well, I guess. I mean, it's not something we really put ourselves out there for, but of course anything is helpful. And from time to time, we've had some wonderful people that have donated food and some cages, and we sincerely appreciate that. So yes, we do accept, but rarely ask for donations. We take what is offered. And next question. Why are you doing Project Bunny? Well, I guess I would call Project Bunny a hobby at the moment. It all started from one rabbit that I was asked to take in because he was dumped in an apartment complex. And in the back of my mind, I knew that these things happen. I mean, everybody knows that they happen. But I just never really saw that I could change any of that until that day. I took him in and found him a wonderful home, and it just felt right. Have you ever done something and just knew it was the right thing to do? Yeah. We are truly blessed here to have what we have and live the life that we live. And when you're blessed, it's only right to do something good, isn't it? To give back, even if it's only small things, right? I believe that you're put in line with the things that you are meant to do, and that if you just follow the path and stay on that road, you'll end up in a place you never dreamed you'd be. And the funny thing is, when I was a kid, my dream was always, and still to this day, is to rescue animals. It just always has been. For 40 years, I put that dream to the back of my mind because it was really just too big of a task, and I followed a different path. And here I am, right back on that path I was supposed to be on so many years ago, and it feels right. So this time, I'm going to stick to that path, and who knows? See where it takes me. Maybe what I wanted to be when I was a kid was actually what I was intended to be all along. Don't know. What was your dream? Where did you want to be? I'm here to tell you, there is no task too big. There's no dream that is unreachable. You don't need to start big. You don't need to be rich. The only thing you need to have is a spark inside you that says, this is what I want to do. We're a farming channel, so I'm assuming that if you're following us, that you want something farming or homestead related, for the most part, right? Go get the chickens. Go get the ducks. Go get those plants. YouTube has an enormous amount of videos to teach you how to do it all. How to put together a brooder for your chicks. How to build an inexpensive coop. How to keep your plants alive. So many teaching videos out there that it's almost impossible to say, I don't know how, because if you don't know how, just start watching videos. Those chicks sitting in the brooder will be fine for 6 weeks right where they are. They got their heat lamp, they got their food, they got their water. They got to stay in that brooder for 6 weeks anyway. So you got 6 weeks to learn and gather material and get your coop up. Do it. Those plants that you run out and buy, they're going to be fine in their pots sitting on the porch for a week while you watch YouTube videos learning where the best place to plant them is. If you feel in your heart that this is what you want to do, then just do it. Stop procrastinating. Stop saying you don't know how. Just do it. Start where you are and build from that place. And that's how you make dreams come true. That's how you get it done. So those are the questions that I have gotten over the past, 3-4 months, however long I've been doing Project Bunny. I should have kept track of that, but I didn't know anybody would be asking, and I didn't even know that it would go this far. But those are the questions that I was asked, and the reason I wanted to do the video is because I was just asked a question today, so I was like, well, let me just combine them all and answer them all in one video. So I am going to get back to packing these eggs because they've got to be shipped out. Got to get everything ready to go on Monday. So everybody, be safe, plant your plants, get your chicks, do what you want to do, be happy. All right, till next time, guys. Renee with Me, You, and the Chickens.